money.
Paw Patrol is on a roll!
Come in. Oh hey Jess. You're just in time for...
Jace, we need to talk.
Oh come on, this is one of my favorite parts.
Babe, this is serious.
Alright, sorry.
Thank you. Trust me, this is more important than your Ready Race Rescue movie.
So what's the matter?
Have you been able to get into contact with Carlee lately?
No. Come to think of it, her friend Serena asked me the same thing during my last shift. Said that Carlee hasn't been talking to her for the last couple weeks.
Really? That's odd, even for Carlee.
Maybe she started picking up extra work shifts.
That's unlikely. I actually went to Carlee's workplace and asked them about that. Her coworkers haven't seen her for the last couple of weeks either. You don't think something possibly could have happened to Carlee, do you?
I mean, it's possible, but we can't know for sure.
So then what do we do?
Hello?
Hi, is this Jace Hubbard by any chance?
Yeah, that's me. Who is this?
I'm a friend of Carlee Haven's. I need you to come meet me at her house as soon as possible.
You're a friend of Carlee's? Wait, do you know something about?
I don't have time to explain. I'll tell you everything I know once you get here.
Alright. Sorry for questioning you. I'm on my way. Bye.
Jace, who was that on the other line?
Someone saying she's a friend of Carlee's, asking me to come to her house right away.
If you're going, then I'm going too. Carlee's my friend as well. Think your mom will mind if we take her van?
She's seen the way you drive. We'll be fine.
Then let's hurry and get a move on.
Well, we're here, but I don't see anyone. Only thing I see is this motorcycle, along with the SUV that belongs to Carlee's dad.
Maybe this motorcycle belongs to Carlee's dad too.
Carlee's dad doesn't take interest into motorcycles, so this can't be his.
You're right. It's actually my motorcycle. Really nice one too. You must be Jace. Carlee speaks highly of you.
Thank you. And if I had to guess, you're the one who called me and asked me to come here.
Correct.
Jace, I don't like the looks of this girl one bit. I say we get back in the van and scram.
Jess, what kind of friends would we be to Carlee if we just took off without giving this woman a chance to explain herself? Come on, let's give her a chance.
Very well, miss. Proceed, but I've got my eye on you if anything happens.
Understandable. Well, allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Rose. I'm a high school graduate, and also a good friend of Carlee's.
Nice to meet you, Rose. You already know my name, and this girl standing in front of you is my girlfriend, Jessica.
So, Rose, I'm really confused. How come Carlee hasn't been in contact with anyone for the past couple weeks? Why would she contact you first of all people, and why did you ask me and Jace to come here?
I'll tell you and gladly answer your questions, but first, I better start from the beginning, just so you two get the full story. I first met Carlee at the local Buddhist temple here in Tyndale back in February of this year. She was very shy at first, because she had never been to the temple before, but she soon quickly opened up to me, and explained her family situation. Adding in the fact she had moved here the month before, she had very few friends, and nobody seemed to quite understand her situation that well. Hearing that, I decided to tell Carlee about my past life, and how meditation helped me control my anger, and find my inner peace. Once I was done, Carlee asked me if I could show her how to do meditation, and help her find her own inner peace. I was more than happy to help, and from that moment on, we became very good friends. Over the next couple weeks, Carlee was able to find her own inner peace, with some help from me. As a result, I gained a large portion of her trust. That meant if something happened to Carlee, I'd be the first one to know.
That answers the second question. So care to answer the first one?
Gladly. Carlee suffered a concussion at the hands of her own sister earlier this month, so she's had to take it easy for the last couple weeks. That meant she couldn't have any contact with anyone, as she needed to give her body a lot of much-needed rest.
Carlee's own sister gave her a concussion?
Wow, and here I thought Carlee's sister Taylor was already enough of a brat. Does she have problems or something?
That's what Carlee's been wondering. She says as of lately, her sister Taylor's been acting more worse than usual, so I've been asked to come here and help, and Carlee wanted you two to be here as well, to give further support.
Okay, so we're going to go in there, and do what exactly?
If I had to guess, try and get through to Taylor to find out what's going on, and then try to help her. Right, Rose?
Correct, and help Carlee as well so she doesn't have to be afraid of her sister's behavior, should it continue to get worse.
And if we fail?
Then Carlee's parents will have no choice but to admit Taylor to a mental hospital.
Screw that. We're going in there, and I say we keep trying to get through to Taylor, no matter what. Anyone who's a troublemaker or bully have a backstory, whether they want to admit it or not.
Smart kid.
All right. Then let's do this.
Carlee, how many times have I told you? What's this supposed to be? Some kind of team up to overpower me or something? All of you bitches get out of my room right now.
Taylor, please just calm down for 1 second.
We're not at all teaming up against you.
We just want to help you, because we can tell you've been feeling uneasy lately.
Hear us out.
Oh yeah, right. You guys can't fool me. This is obviously a coordinated plan by Carlee to get back at me, after I gave her a concussion.
We can't deny that this was indeed coordinated by Carlee, but you're completely wrong about its intention and purpose.
We just want to help you, Taylor, and help Carlee too.
Carlee's worried about your behavior, Taylor, and she just wants to know why you're suddenly acting out.
If Carlee has something to say to me, she can say it right to my face.
Taylor, the last time I tried doing that, you knocked me out without warning, putting me in the hospital as a result.
Because you were pissing me off, and you were trying to shrug off you choking me like it was no big deal at all, little Miss Choker.
Carlee did mention that to me, about how she choked you out of anger and aggression, but she told me she felt really sorry for doing that to you. Did Carlee try to apologize for what she did?
Yes, but out of complete pity.
Oh bullshit, Carlee tried apologizing to you because you are her sister and she loves you, not because it was out of pity.
Jess, keep Jace as calm as you can, okay? Escalation will make things worse.
Babe, take it easy.
Were any of you besides Carlee there when the discussion happened? No, you were not. So this isn't any of your concern.
Taylor, this is my friend's concern just as much as my own.
Because of what I did to you? Yeah, that doesn't change anything.
It actually does, because Carlee is just as much of a sister to us as she is to you.
Would we want anything bad to happen to Carlee? Of course not.
And what if Carlee choked one of you? Out of anger and aggression?
Even if we were just like you, Taylor, we would want to know why Carlee did it in the first place.
And Taylor, I only choked you out of anger and aggression, because of the way you told Mom to get an abortion when we found out she was pregnant, and the way you tried shrugging it off like it wasn't a big deal.
It isn't a big deal, Carlee. Want to know why? Because she already has enough to deal with, especially here at home.
Or maybe you're just worried that when the new baby arrives, Mom and Dad will pay less attention towards you, like most parents do when they have a new child born into the world.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, same to me.
Me too.
Well, that's not the case, or the reason, got it?
Then what is the reason?
I already told you the reason. Because my mom has enough on her plate to deal with, and bringing a new baby into the world would just make things worse.
That's your view of it, Taylor. What if that wasn't true?
You calling me a liar?
Never said I was, but if your mom has too much on her plate to handle and deal with right now, wouldn't she have reached out to you and or Carlee for help?
Yes, she would have, but Mom hasn't, because Dad's the one doing most of the work to help her out right now.
And just like that, Taylor, now you know more information than you originally thought.
Which now probably has the four of us thinking that there's another reason why you'd want your mom to get an abortion.
If the two previous claims, the claim about attention being drawn away from you, and the claim that your mother has too much to deal with, aren't why you want your mom to get an abortion, then what's the reason?
There is no other reason, you stupid morons.
No other reason?
That can't be possible, especially if you've already ruled out previous claims. Unless you were lying about.
Oh, so now you want to start calling me a liar? For your information, you blonde bastard, I'm no liar.
Taylor, calm yourself.
Jace wasn't trying to call you a liar. But if you claim not to be one, that means that there is a reason for your increased behavior that you can't deny.
I already told you that there is no other reason.
Taylor, if there is no other reason, then one of the two previous claims would have been the truth, and you were lying about it, but you said yourself that you're not a liar, so that would mean your claim for there not being a reason would be false.
Which sums it down to two following outcomes. You lied about one of the two previous claims being the truth, or there's something else you aren't telling us.
You guys tricked me.
If you want to call it that, then go right ahead.
However, I do think we might be getting somewhere.
With you.
No, you're not.
Why are you being so defensive? We're just trying
To talk to you.
I'm not getting defensive.
Then why are you raising your voice, Taylor?
I'm just trying to talk to you.
I said stop talking to me, and you better stay away from me, you rapist.
Taylor, what did?
You just call me?
You heard me. You're a rapist, because you're so sly thinking you can get away with what you did to my mother, and you told me to keep quiet should I tell anyone.
Say what?
Carlee, what is Taylor talking
About?
Oh, so no, you're coming from this side, are you? I'm warning you, keep your old, nasty hands away from me.
Old and nasty? I'm only 20 years old.
Carlee, why is Taylor starting to act so strange? She just hurt Jessica's feelings.
I have no idea, Jace. Taylor's never acted like this before, believe it or not.
Taylor, please calm down.
I will make you pay if you tell anyone what I did.
Listen to me right now, you bastard. If you keep threatening me like that, I will lash out, and get revenge for having me keep quiet for what you did.
Taylor, what are you talking about? It's me.
The man who is going to make sure you keep quiet. Or else I'll put you through the same nightmare I put your mother through.
That is it. You're about to have major hell to pay for you raping one of my own, you fucking son of a bitch.
She's charging at us.
Taylor, you need to stop. Please.
Hey Matt, have you ever wondered what it would be like if Dan and Jade were still living here in Oregon?
I have. To be honest, I wish Jade didn't move the family away to California. It was so nice having them just a couple miles away from us.
You can't really blame her. Jade was, after all, attacked in her own home back in 2016 by a masked man, and was raped in the process. Thank God she didn't get pregnant. Honestly, having them move away to California to Wilford Heights, and then earlier this year to Tyndale Valley, was probably the safest thing that Jade and Dan could have done for the family.
Yeah, perhaps you're right. And I hope one day the man responsible for raping Jade will be caught, so she can finally get some justice.
Now I wonder who that could be at this time of night. Wait here, I'll be right back.
Phew, Miley still doesn't know that I was the one who raped Jade. Good thing too, I want to keep it that way. I still can remember hearing those screams from Jade asking me to stop. So, priceless. It's a good thing too that I was wearing a mask and she didn't recognize it was me. And I wonder if that little bratty daughter of hers has still kept the
Matt Wishmeyer, hands in the air where I can see them, now.
Whoa, easy. Put the gun down. Who are you?
I said hands in the air right now, where I can see them.
Okay, easy. My hands are in the air.
Now you stay there and don't move.
Wait, what are you going to do to him, detective?
I'm sorry you have to witness this, Mrs. Wishmeyer, but I'm just doing my job. Matt Wishmeyer, you're under arrest for the 2016 raping of Jake Haven, along with additional charges of breaking and entering and child endangerment.
Miley honey, I don't know what he's talking about. This must be a mistake.
Be quiet. You have the right to remain silent.
To our viewers at home, you are witnessing a detective from the Portland Police Department placing this man, 35-year-old Matt Wishmeyer, under arrest for charges of rape and...
Hey you bastards, get that stupid camera off me right now.
That's
and
enough,
to anyone
Mr.
watching,
Wishmeyer.
don't believe
Into the
anything
police
news
car
people
you
say
go.
to you.
More details on this story later as we gather further information.
Unbelievable. Absolutely, unbelievable. That dirty rotten prick had us all fooled, and he got away with this for so many years.
And the worst part, he raped me, and I didn't know that was him. I feel so hurt and destroyed.
Don't worry, Jade. Matt's going to have major hell to pay for what he's done. I can't wait to see the look on his face when he sees our family lawyer, and we take his ass to court.
Well, now that we know about this, what do we do?
I think talking to Taylor would be a good start, just so we can get more of the full story. The more information we learn, the better position we'll be in.
Mom? Dad?
Hi Carlee. Have your friends started heading home like we asked them to?
Yeah. Jace and Jessica left a few minutes ago. But I want Rose to stay for a little while longer. I mean, if it wasn't for her.
Say no more, Carlee. Rose, we're more than happy to let you stay. As long as this little family predicament isn't taking up any valuable time of yours.
Thank you, Mr. Haven. And don't worry about me. I'm very good at adjusting my schedule.
Good to know. Now Carlee, where's Taylor?
After that punch I gave her to make her stop hallucinating, and convincing her to confess to everything she knew, Taylor hasn't left her room all day, not even once.
Can you bring her downstairs? I think it's important we talk to her.
No need for that, I'm already downstairs.
Taylor.
No, Mom. I should be the one saying sorry. I should have said something sooner to you and Dad, or someone else, about what Uncle Matt did to you years ago.
I just can't believe you never told us.
I was too scared to say anything, cause if Uncle Matt found out I told anyone, he would have killed me or made me suffer. I still can't believe I witnessed him raping you, especially at such a young age.
If this happened back then, perhaps you could enlighten us, Taylor. Was this raping the main reason you wanted your mother to get an abortion?
Yes, it was. When Mom told us about the new baby, I immediately thought back to that awful night in 2016. In my mind, I thought that the pregnancy was the result of the raping, even though it happened years ago.
Well, Taylor, there wasn't anything you had to worry about. I never told you or Carlee about this since you were both too young at the time, but I immediately sought medical attention and went to the ER after I was raped. But I'm curious. How did you know Uncle Matt did what he did to me? He was wearing a mask the whole time.
Actually, Mom, if you remember, you were blindfolded that night. You wouldn't have known that Uncle Matt took off his mask, and then forced me to watch him rape you, before letting you go and escaping.
Uncle Matt must truly be evil if he did all of that. Raping Mom without a mask on, made you watch him rape her, and then force you to keep quiet for so many years.
Which now has me curious, Taylor. Did all of what happened play a role in you becoming a troublemaker?
I'm not exactly proud to say this, Dad, but yes. All of the anger I had towards Uncle Matt continued to grow, but because I couldn't tell anyone what happened, I let all of my anger and disrespect go out towards this entire family.
Do you wish you could take everything back, Taylor?
Absolutely, but sadly I can't. For so long, I've put this family through a lot, and made life for everyone extremely difficult. With everything I've done as a troublemaker from day one up until today. I wouldn't be surprised if everyone in this family can't forgive me. In fact, if you all want, I'm more than happy to do anything to get out of your lives, so that you never have to suffer again.
Taylor, if you got out of all our lives in this family, we would all suffer. Nothing at all can change the past, and sometimes we can blame ourselves when we're full of regret. However, the end is where we can begin. When somebody suffers, we can learn from that, then pass it on. You remember that blonde boy who shouted at you?
I do. His name was Jace.
Well, I learned about an unfair event from his past that really affected him. Just like you, he made poor choices, and hurt those around him time after time, again and again.
That's right. But eventually, Jace found the strength to start over and move forward again, and not let what happened to him affect him any longer. In fact, he went out of his way to share this event in a YouTube video.
Why would he do that?
Because he was willing to be truthful, and by sharing this event with others, he could give them advice and lessons that he's learned, to perhaps help them, or someone they may know.
So, you learned from him?
Not just Jace. I've also learned from Rose, Mom and Dad, and all of the friends I've met since we first moved here to Tyndale Valley. And now I think it's your turn for you to learn a thing or two. We can help you start over, and get a fresh start.
Carlee's right, Taylor.
It will take time, but we can help you change for the better.
You're all willing to help me, even after what I've done?
If you're willing to truly put aside your troublemaking ways for good, then we'll commit to helping you turn around. We can look towards a future together, just like the Haven family was meant to. What do you say, sis?
Think you can teach me how to do meditation?
But of course. After all, I was taught meditation from one of the best.
You're in good hands, Taylor. If you want, you can even come down to the Buddhist temple sometime with Carlee, me, or perhaps both of us.
You know what, Rose? I'd like that. Meditation does sound like a good way for me to start over.
In that case, I'll start teaching you first thing tomorrow morning. How does that sound?
Works for me, little Miss Sister I never want to replace.
It's crying.